So Connor, what brings you all the way from Wisconsin in the United States to Bogota, Colombia?
I'm here just to help educate people about Bitcoin, and Colombia really needs it, right? So they are right next to Venezuela, and this whole area is affected by currencies that have been debased in some capacity. And unfortunately, they are suffering from the same problem all of us in the rest of the world are, and they're falling for a lot of these problems where other cryptocurrencies are coming in and saying we can solve the problem, but they don't have the problem solved that Bitcoin SV does, where we say, look, the monetary system is fixed, it's not going to change on you, and then we can build on top of that. But all these other cryptocurrencies want to centralize control into themselves, and that doesn't really fix the problem that countries like Colombia and Venezuela are suffering from.
Yeah, and education in countries like this is so important, even across the world. And you are delivering 3 presentations here in Bogota. Can you just summarize the topics that you will be covering?
Yeah, so first, it's explaining the importance of, look, Bitcoin SV is not going to change. It's a fixed blockchain, which means that businesses can build on it today, knowing their applications will still work in 2 years. It means the money that you hold is not going to be debased in some way in the next 2, 3, 5 years, which isn't true in any of the other Bitcoin forks or other cryptocurrencies. And then also talking about the importance in economics and capitalism and the governance process of Bitcoin. Why it's important for people, regular people like you and me and people here in Colombia. And then today we'll be talking about network theory and why the small world network that Craig always talks about is so important for Bitcoin's future.
Wonderful, Connor, and you've been involved in the blockchain industry for quite a while now. Tell me why you are really behind the technology that powers Bitcoin SV as opposed to some of the others that are out there.
Yeah, so Bitcoin is exactly what Bitcoin SV is what Satoshi always envisioned. I've learned a lot from people like Craig, who obviously created Bitcoin, and I'm very hopeful that we finally have a Bitcoin that fulfills Satoshi's original vision. It doesn't change, and that's what I think is so important, that I reiterate that so much, is that if I put money under my bed in the United States, I'm not guaranteed it's not going to lose value in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And we saw even just in Bitcoin Cash and in BTC, things are changing so much that I can't guarantee that my money isn't going to be debased by some centralized group of people, which was the entire problem Bitcoin was meant to solve. So that's why Bitcoin SV is so important, and that's why I'm very passionate about defending it. Yeah.
Amazing, Connor, and the news of Facebook launching Libra is quite big. Everyone's talking about it. What are your thoughts on this and how it'll impact the BSV community, if at all?
I hope not at all. I think they, again, suffer from the problem where they want control over the blockchain. They want control over our data. And that's a big problem. They haven't learned anything from the past 10 years where they have been controlling people's data. And I know I don't like it. I know a lot of people are getting really tired of Facebook controlling access to things. And really they wanted a currency that they control access to. And as Craig has mentioned in his talk, this isn't their first time trying to do money. And so they suffer from the same problem everyone else in Silicon Valley is. They're not understanding that Bitcoin is an economic system. So you can't recreate a currency without recreating the economics. And that means recreating capitalism, which doesn't work. So, yeah.
Interesting perspective, Connor. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful time in Bogota.